style. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Keep to the style.
Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Who got the girl them flex up? Inna the club man vex up. All the girl them pon the floor. Woman them a there pon the door. Look at the girl pon the floor. Look at the girl whining, she grinding now. All the man them yelling. Girl body so hot like a felon. Look at she girl whine like a snake. All the man them thinking. Look at them eye them blinking. Look at the man them drinking. Look at the girl them thinking. When me see woman they so them attack. All the woman in all the club them a whine. Woman me want she now, yow.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you. Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the girls them in the club, them are dancing. Alright, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, me see the woman there, so she a dancing there upon me. Alright, girl, come to me, yeah. Wind up, that's up on the floor. Woman, that's how them a dance on me, so me like the way she dance on me. Me like the way she whine on me. Go down low, girl, don't let go upon me. Let you wind this upon me. Don't you let go upon me. Ho, 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 wine, girl, that's a long go. Wine, girl, said they don't wine. Holly woman, they upon me mind. Holly girl, them dancing, yeah. Me like when the woman them talking. Me like when the woman them dancing. Me like when the girl them hold me. Me like when the girl them a wine slow. Left to right, left to right, left to right. The woman them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right. All the girl them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Keep to the style.
Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Me like the way you talk to me, girl. Me like the way you talk to me, girl. The way she open up, she bouncy and tell me she want me dig it out. Yo, the girl there she whining. All the girl them timing. Left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them bowing left to right, left to right, left to right. The way the girl them are whining left to right, left to to right, left to right. The way the girl them a talking, left to right. Woman them a bowing, left to right. All the woman them a singing, left to right. All the girl them a flexing, no. Woman that's so in the club them dancing. All of the woman on the floor them prancing. Like the way she jump to me house it risky. Like all the girl them when them frisky. All of the girl them a come them tipsy. Come to me house and me dig it out, no, no. Left to right, all the gal them a singing. Left to right, all the gal them a talking. Left to right, all the gal them a dancing. Left to right, all the woman them a bowing. Left to right, left to right, left to right, to right. Hold on me girl, hold on tight. Hold on me girl, hold it right. Hold on gal, they hold me tight. Hold on gal, they hold me tight. Get up girl, let's wine now. Get up girl, let's go on bud. Get up girl, let's go on bud. Get up girl, let's go on bud.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you. Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Dirty wine, dirty wine, dirty wine, girl. Dirty wine, dirty wine, dirty wine, girl. Be like the way the woman them party. Be like when the girl them naughty. It's looking risky. All the girl them frisky. All the girl them bend, all the girl them move. Woman they so the girl them want know. We see the girl them a bend. We see the woman that's how come she a lean. Girl them flexing, girl them fleeky, girl them freaky, all girl them neaty. Woman that's how talking real neaty. Girl them come to me room. Hold me body tight, girl. Hold me body tight, girl. Hold me body tight, girl. Left to right, left to right. All the woman them a swallow. Left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them a bowing. Left to right, left to right, left to right.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Stop.
Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Black Male Advice TV. You already done know what it is. We in the building again for another awesome live stream. You already done know. You see, when you come to Black Male Advice TV, I provide you with high quality content. I'm a real content creator that will bring truth and understanding to things that's going on in these YouTube streets. You see, a lot of people, they're upset with me because I'm that type of guy that I can see. You remember the movie They Live? With, I believe it's Roddy Piper. Well, when he put on them glasses, he was able to see. He was able to see what most people couldn't see. You see, in these streets, there are creatures that pretty much have infiltrated the black sector. And their goal is to sabotage work of the pioneers. Their job is to crown themselves as the ones who constructed what we know as the black sector. But see, I'm here to set those records straight. Because see, as an OG in this space, I understand who came first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I know about everybody that came through these streets. I know who are the copycats. I know who are the ones who steal talking points. You see, I have a lot to share tonight. This is going to be a slow barbecue, a slow cook session. Tonight, I'm going to be a chef. Tonight, I'm going to be an attorney. I'm going to be a judge at the same time. I'm going to be the jury at the same time. You see, what we're going to learn tonight is the truth that needs to be shared. That Kevin Samuels, he really don't like black women. He's watching right now. Yeah. Not only that, we're going to also expose his buddy. You know, his boot-licking buddy named Obsidian. Yeah, we're going to expose him too. You see, I've been very quiet. Kind of just sitting back watching the show. You know, everybody believed that these guys are some sort of, like, influential men in this space. Who the fuck is Obsidian? Who is that? I never heard of him. Influential? Nah. I don't know who that is. He might be your hero. But when I look at the situation, I don't know who that is. But we're gonna save that for later on in the show. I know you're on the edge of your seat like, what's going on, Ringo? What's happening here? I'm glad you asked that question. You know, the other day, I took a look at the Kevin Samuels and Tasha K interview, which was bullshit, mind you. See, I don't got no respect for none of these people, because I've been here before them. And when I look at these clowns, I see the hustle. I see that a lot of people are working together for an agenda, a purpose. Yeah. You see, I got some notes here that I wrote down. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I had to write that down with my daughter's marker. Couldn't find my pen. But I got a lot to talk about. I don't know where to begin. That's why I had to write things down. Because this is so important. This show here, this is just a classic. A lot of people that may not be viewing right now, when they catch the playback, they're gonna be like, wow, what happened? What's going on? And they're gonna learn the real. You see, Kevin Samuels believed that all black women are ugly and unattractive. And I want all of the sisters, I want all of the daughters of Zion to pay attention to this show. Because I need for you all to understand what's happening. And for anyone that have questions regarding music, DM me on Instagram. Right now, we are cooking. Right now, we have a very important show. So shout out to everybody joining on the chat. Appreciate all the members, all the new members that may show up. But this show here is one of them type of shows that you gotta have ears that can hear, a heart that can understand, because if not, you're not gonna understand things. Because when I make content, when I make videos, when I expose the devil, I'm very thorough. I bring out facts. I bring out receipts. I bring out details. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I make the people believers. I will make you a believer tonight. Yeah. you will be a believer after this live show. You will know the truth, and it will set you free from the witchcraft that you're under concerning Kevin Samuels. You see, here on these YouTube streets, I'm considered a hater. They say that I'm a hater because I speak against the likes of Kevin Samuels. They say that for whatever reason, I am jealous. These are the typical shaming tactics that is used against people that speak against their savior. Similar to when I used to expose the pastors and the pulpit pimps in the religion of Christianity. A lot of Christians used to get upset with me and say that I'm a hater, that I'm going to burn in hell for coming against their man of God. But I exposed every one of them. It didn't matter who they were, I exposed all of them. Because I have a problem with wolves in sheep's clothing. And when I look at the likes of Kevin Samuels, I see a wolf in sheep's clothing. I see a manipulator. And there are many enablers of Kevin Samuels all throughout these YouTube streets. A lot of bootlicking cheerleaders that defend him at every cost. And I find it very questionable when I see grown men defending another man with that amount of energy. It's almost like, what are you really fighting for? But you're probably wondering, what do you mean Kevin Samuels pretty much believe all black women are ugly? What do you mean? Well, there's more to this. Again, you're gonna have to really pay attention, because the way I do my videos, it's like a movie. It's like a full-fledged documentary. And this is all done live. So all praises to the Most High as I deliver the message, as I come to the people with the receipts, with the testimony, to bring forth a message that you will have to consider. Kevin Samuels will hit 1 million subs in the month of June. I've already told you already that that will happen. When that happens, Satan will now place him in another dimension within social media. And he will pretty much be responsible for the downfall of what is known as the so-called manosphere. A lot of brothers don't realize that you're dealing with a Trojan horse, you're dealing with Satan, and the gynocracy is also a part of this agenda. You're going to learn throughout this live show that what you think is reality is just an illusion. You see, I can see what's going on. I have eyes, and I've put on the glasses, and I know what they're doing. I want to show our sisters that Kevin Samuels don't love them, don't like them, despise them, and can't stand them. And this is why he spent his life trying to destroy your confidence, trying to embarrass you, belittle you. And for him, it's all entertainment while cashing in. Wow. Ain't that something, right? Ain't that something? Let me see what's going on. Shout out to Tasha for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for your support. We appreciate that. Shout out to Rollo. I see you in the building. Appreciate your support. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see what's going on here. Deshaun said, I'm glad that you're exposing this liar for who he truly is. Kevin deserved to be exposed for destroying and exploiting the image of the black woman. That's a fact. Rollo said, separate thyself from the wild demon because they try to charm the elect, and 1/3 those it and its will get their day. Remove from soulless people. Remove yourself from soulless people. Too many accept wickedness. We don't over here, 100%. Sherelle's in the building. Shout out to Sherelle, Sean Owens, Show Shao, and I'm sure V-Dub Man is somewhere in the clouds. Shout out to all the mods in the building. You know what I mean? Always got to represent the people. I'm not like other content creators who just be on their high horse acting like they all that and they too good to shout people out. V-Dub in the building. You already done? No, I told you he's in the cloud somewhere. Told you. You know how it is. Shout out to Music Man for joining the team. Team Ringo, joining the chat. Appreciate your support. We have a lot to talk about, people. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I have put together a multitude of footage. We're talking about over 42 minutes of footage that I pretty much edited together into one pack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the footage and, do my typical pause, read, and, share my commentary and criticism. The purpose of this show is to make our sisters understand what they're up against. To all the black women that are viewing, you have to understand something about Black Male Advice TV. Over here, I deal with issues relating to black women and black men. My channel is about a fair, balanced approach to relationships, what's going on in society, to help people build family. I have a sense of humor. There are times where I joke around. There are times when I'm very serious. This show is very serious. I may have some humor here and there, but I need for you to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a satanic individual who is surrounded by satanic people. And all of these satanic people, their job is to protect their leader. Kevin Samuels is satanic. And his job is to destroy the daughters of Zion from within. He's using their dysfunctions. He's using their issues to capitalize off of it for profit. He's using other minions within these YouTube streets to come against people that speak the truth, to try to make us appear as if though our words are meaningless. But see, when it comes to Ringo TV Raw, they greatly fear people like me because they know that I have the influence of a channel that have 1 million followers. They know that I have the influence to reach people. You see, subscriber count really don't mean anything. Not when it comes to being an OG. You see, everybody on YouTube that is within the black sector, trust and believe they know who I am. But here in this space, there's so much satanic activity happening that this is really not about people. This is really not about helping black women. This is really not about brothers trying to fix a problem. This is about making a profit off of black women by degrading them, by exploiting them, humiliating them, bashing them, by making them believe that they're going to try to achieve something that they know they're never going to achieve. You see, ladies, you must understand something. You're never going to run into a high value man. You're never going to get married to a high value man. It's a myth. It's an illusion. It's designed to make you desire it only to have you on a phone to embarrass you, to make you look stupid. You know, ask you your dress size, what is your name, where you come from, how many kids you got. Only for the entertainment of everyone. You see, all of the men that follow the likes of a Kevin Samuels are the type of guys that are bitter, broken. They have no success. They have no woman. They gain strength through seeing Kevin Samuels tear you down. You see, when Kevin Samuels told the woman that she's average at best, do he believe that Tasha K is average at best? We're going to find that out today. Because you see, Tasha K had Kevin Samuels on her program. And all of her followers were expecting her to cook him. She didn't do that. Instead, she gave him great hospitality, rolled out the red carpet, and pretty much made him feel at home. And when I looked at that interview, it was like two ladies at brunch. Two ladies talking about how their day was. That's what I saw. At no time did Kevin Samuels represent the so-called manosphere. At no time did Kevin Samuels push the issues that black men want to be known. At no time did Kevin Samuels acknowledge men that may have helped him along the way. But he only acknowledged, I believe, two. But one in particular, named Subjectivity, he crowned him as a very important man. An important man in whom I just don't know. And I've been here since 2006, and when I look at YouTube's history, I really don't see any work that this particular man have done that would pretty much put him in a position of a great influential man. I just don't see it. But I understand what's really happening here. You see, Kevin Samuels was chosen for this particular task. You see, the likes of Subjectivity is unable to reach the people the way Kevin Samuels can. You see, Kevin Samuels is that of a flamboyant male who's very effeminate, just like a woman. And that's why women relate to him very well. That's why he was chosen to do the job. Let me read these super chats over here. Shout out to True Love for the support. Appreciate that. Shout out to, True Love again. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that. You said, thank you for bringing out the truth. Kevin seems evil. I tuned into one of his live streams and I spoke my opinion and got attacked by the mods, and lots of them called me a hater. Keep that term hater in mind throughout this entire live show, because the term hater is actually a shaming tactic that is used by the children of Satan. We're going to learn that. You also said shout out to King New Breed. Yeah, shout out to New Breed. New Breed is in the chat. Shout out to New Breed in the chat. Make sure everybody go subscribe to New Breed's channel. You know what I'm saying? Support that brother. He's a brother in the truth. And congratulations, brother, on the prince that's in the making. All praises to the Most High. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New Breed. We have a lot to talk about. Pay attention to this show, people. The term hater is used in these streets to pretty much make anyone that speak against the likes of Kevin Samuels look like they're nobodies. We're just jealous. Now, I've been on YouTube since 2006. And being that I've been here so long, a lot of times people ask me, well, why you don't have the type of following like Kevin Samuels? Because I see that you're jealous. Well, let me make you understand something. I've been terminated off of YouTube probably more than 30 times. I had channels shut down because I speak the truth. Now, try to build a following when every time you get shut down. being that I'm an OG, I paved the way for a lot of content creators to even have a voice to speak. Many content creators within this space, they know who I am. Most of them have turned against me because they have to stay in code. But see, I'm the type of guy that rolls solo. All I need is the Most High. I really don't need nobody to try to make me feel like I'm somebody, because I already done know who I am. Being that I have that strength, and being that I have the years of experience within media and within these YouTube streets, I know how to take care of myself. That being said, this stream is very important. To everybody that's viewing in the clouds, viewing in the overflow, I hope you have your popcorn. I hope you have everything you need, because we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to share. And you're probably like, come on, Ringo, I want to hear. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. By the way, I got me a new sound effect. Yeah. New sound effect, y'all. Could y'all guess who that is? Yeah, man. Anyway, let's see what we got. Kenny came in with another super chat. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support. He says, Kevin Samuels is a real Batiman, an enemy of our people. Yeah, he is. You see, it's interesting to me that Kevin Samuels will respond to the likes of DJ Envy for calling him lame and all this other stuff, and he's trying to talk about defamation of character and all of this nonsense. But when content creators like me call out his BS, you don't hear from him. Isn't that something? You don't hear from Kevin Samuels. I haven't heard nothing. I don't know what's going on. I didn't get a response. I didn't hear his. Could it be that he's concerned that his following may see the truth? I mean, what did he got to lose? Interesting, right? Let me see what's going on. Yeah, Kevin Samuels may try to sue me for using his laughter tracks. That's please. And again, to everybody, I need for y'all to understand this. When it comes to commentary and criticism, don't let Kevin Samuels make you feel like you cannot use his clips or his videos or anything that he produced to respond to. Because you can do that under fair use. So don't let him try to intimidate you, because I'm not intimidated by any Kevin Samuels. Listen, none of these people on YouTube, walked in my shoes. Kevin Samuels never lost a YouTube channel 30 times. Kevin Samuels never lost a channel. So he don't know what it's like. He don't know what it's like. Most of these content creators, they're walking on golden streets right now because they never been through nothing. But the OGs of YouTube that paved the way, they never get acknowledged. Throughout this show, you're gonna learn who they are. Throughout this show, we're gonna see receipts, we're gonna hear different testimony, we're gonna see a whole lot. You're gonna learn that in these YouTube streets, the only time you are able to talk about Kevin Samuels is if you're a Tasha K. She gets a pass. If you're not a part of that elite club, you know, the club of 100,000 subs or more, then you're not pretty much looked upon as somebody that they take serious, even though you're highly influential. You see, once you're a part of that elite club, they recognize that there's a lot of money to be made. So a lot of times, people don't want to cause any sort of issues or beefs. You see, Tasha K is working with Kevin Samuels and the Gynocracy, and their plot and plan is to sell him to the black woman as someone in whom you can trust. As you all know from the streets, when an OG let you know that this brother right here is cool, it doesn't matter if you don't like his shirt. It doesn't matter if you don't like his attitude. If the OG said this brother right here is cool, y'all all gonna respect him. Why? because his word is bond. His word is valuable. So when Tasha K go to her people and say, hey, here's the interview. This is what went down. I talked to him. He seems cool. She just gave him a stamp of approval. Now, why would Kevin Samuels go on a gossip program? Why would Kevin Samuels go on a show where a woman just gossip about everybody all damn day? See, I don't have no respect for none of these people because it ain't helping nobody. I don't care who you are on YouTube. I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you're not helping people to become better, then you ain't shit. But he went on that program, and rather than him pushing what the brothers in the manosphere have been talking and teaching for years and set a mark, instead, he didn't do a damn thing but talked about himself. And bigged up a few of his homies. But see, I have eyes and I can see what's happening. And I don't like what I'm seeing. I really don't. The interview was horrible. I may do a full breakdown of that interview, and I may not. But one thing I do know is that Kevin Samuels and Tasha K are working together to build and monopoly off of this YouTube streets. They're basically working together to keep the money flow coming in. I have some things that I wrote down here. Let me read it to you. 1, it's a job if Tasha K talk about Kevin Samuels. But if I talk about Kevin Samuels, I'm considered a hater. Let that make sense. In the Tasha K interview with Kevin Samuels, she dissed the manosphere. She completely dissed the black manosphere, the black sector, and she told Kevin to stay on his channel. Stay on your channel. Don't have nothing to do with those people. Did Kevin Samuels put her in her place? You see, it's easy for Kevin Samuels to give all you sisters all that smoke when you call his phone. But when Tasha K was before him, he was on best behavior. Where was the smoke? Where was it at? I thought this guy's a boss. I thought he's fearless. Seems to me like that was all scripted. I'm not stupid. I'm not fooled. I can see right through it. Y'all working together. And we're going to bring this all out. You see, according to Kevin Samuels, when you're popular, you should expect pushback. But when I speak against Kevin Samuels, they don't look at it as pushback. They look at it as, you're just jealous. You're just a hater. And then when other people hear that, they begin to think, yeah, you're just a hater. You're jealous. Do you see my studio room? Do you see the quality in this room? Jealous? No. What I'm concerned with is the fact that a lot of you sisters are being taken for a ride. What I'm concerned with is a lot of you brothers are being played. Because you're following this movement that's going to end in destruction. Because Kevin Samuels pretty much was put in place to make the black manosphere implode on itself by watering down the message. And by the time he get to mainstream media, it's going to be a laughing stock. Because they're going to look at this man, and then later on he's going to be exposed for other things, and other people going to come out of the woodworks, and it's going to be one big mess. And every one of you brothers that was associated with him is going to be looked upon as frauds. And everybody's going to turn against you. Because they're going to say, wow, you were the one that was aiding and assisting this. Wow. Interesting, right? Wow. Let me see what I got. Rollo, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. You said Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 9. But if you do warn the wicked man to turn from his ways, and he does not do so, he will die for his sin, but you will have saved yourself. Wow. That's serious business right there. But let's get into this, people. You waited long enough. I appreciate your patience. But let's get into this. Because I know that's what you're here to see. You're here to wonder if it's true. Do Kevin Samuels believe that all black women are ugly? Because if it's true, if I can prove that Kevin Samuels believed that all black women are ugly, what are you sisters willing to do? What are you going to do after you learn that the one you're calling in for advice believe you're naturally born ugly and unattractive? Not only that, you're going to also learn that Kevin Samuels, based on his right-hand man, Obsidian, is not even qualified to talk about issues concerning black women. You're going to learn that too. You have so much you're going to learn. But let's get right into this. But before we do that, I see another super chat. Shout out to New Breed for the super chat. Appreciate your support, brother. Said, Kevin Samuels is part of a very ominous agenda to emasculate the black man. That's exactly what it is. But see, most of these brothers, they can't see that because they are blind by the subscriber count. They're blinded by the flamboyance, the suits, all of that stuff. They're blinded by that. They can't see the agenda. But let's get into this. But let me play my, my fair use logo and audio so that everybody pretty much understand where we're going. Let's go.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17U.S.C. 107.
You already done know we have to put out that disclaimer. Because throughout this stream, I have a lot of footage that I'm going to share. And I'm glad that everyone is here. Are you ready? Again, we're going to play the footage. We're going to pause. I'm going to speak. We're building a case to everyone that's in the clouds, everyone that's in the overflow. We are building a case. We are letting you understand piece by piece, and we're going to put this thing together so that you can see what's happening. I am going to expose them with their own words. With their own words. You're going to learn about another content creator that was pretty much attacked by Obsidian Sin. And he said a couple of things that I thought would be necessary for this live show to use in my case against Kevin Samuels. Because if one thing can work for one, it should be also measured for another person too. Let's get into this. You waited long enough. Let's go. Let me tune everything up, and we are ready to rock and roll.
Stop. No, you will not overtalk me. You will not overtalk me.
Unfit weed.
Black women are your own counsel. You sit around and talk to each other, assuming that you can fix one another when you're all broken.
Did want to say, of course I have a job to do. Mm-hmm. So if it ever presents itself, I will give you a courtesy call.
Of course. Cool.
Notice that Tasha K said that if anything comes up, meaning that if there is any inside news that perhaps Kevin Samuels might have someone out there that told on him or spilled the tea, she said she would give Kevin Samuels a courtesy call before she do whatever she got to do. Now, does that sound like someone that is doing her job on, I guess, gossiping and so forth? No, that sounds like somebody that's working with somebody. that sounds like, hey, I got some inside info on somebody that they're very credible and it's damning. So, I don't want to put it out there, but if you pay me $100,000, I'll let it disappear. You see, people, that's how things work on social media. That's how things work in the industry. A lot of times, people gain info about some things that is on people, and they're sort of like a fisher's net. Gossip sells. So who is better for Kevin Samuels to partner with? Someone who's a gossiper, who get information. So when people get the dirt and the tea, she filters it. Call Kevin up. Yo, Kevin. Yo, somebody just contacted me with photos and everything on you, man. You really gotta lay low. I don't know, you gotta clean this up. I can't put this out there, but send that check. We're gonna kind of make this thing be quiet. But if you cross me, I'm gonna put it out there. Now they can extort you. See, this can go both ways. It's a dirty game out here, but I'm trying to make you understand what I'm seeing. Now, let's continue building this case.
Score.
Oh yeah, I was like, Kevin.
Well, and see, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
See, that's part of the business.
Yeah.
I respect what you have to do. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why you expect to get popular and you don't think you're gonna get pushback and you're gonna get from the gossip site, the news site. I don't know why you expect to get popular and you don't think you're gonna get pushback and you're gonna get from the gossip site, the news site. I don't know why you expect to get popular and you don't think you're gonna get pushback and you're gonna get
You're thinking too hard, Kevin. See, he just said he understands that she have a job to do. And he just said also that when you're popular, you can expect pushback from the gossip sites as well as the news sites. So, me making this live show is called pushback. Because this is my job. But you're going to learn that people like me are considered haters. We're not doing our job. We're just people who hate. You see, I have a whole studio here just to hate, right? High quality content just so I can hate, right? No. The people who hate are people who do vindictive things with no proof, no facts, no nothing. And they normally hide their face. You can see me. I ain't hiding from nobody. I don't hide behind avatars like Obsidian. A media network with no media. A media network with no studio. A media network with no cameras. A media network with no equipment. See, I can do that. Because I don't respect none of these clowns on YouTube. Because they're nothing to me. Do you understand me? See, what I'm doing here is the work of God. Because you guys are arrogant. You guys believe that somehow you arrived. We have a lot to cover, people. Just keep your ears open.
From the gossip site, the news site.
But I was going to tell you, because I want you, you should feel comfortable in the space you're in. And I don't want you to let these haters, because they will sometimes make you second guess yourself. Like, I did want to say, Do
you see how she's contradicting herself? She want him to be comfortable in this space because she don't want the haters to get to him because sometimes they can make you second guess yourself. But yet, when she's gossiping and talking about people all over YouTube, all over the industry, she's not hating. That's considered doing her job. Do anybody see something wrong with that? So you're a hater if you talk about Kevin Samuels, but if Tasha K want to gossip about people, she's not a hater. She's just doing her job. So me doing what I'm doing here, I'm doing my job. That's not called being a hater. But you notice That's what they label you when you speak against Kevin Samuels. You're a hater, you're jealous. They don't look at it as, oh, I'm a content creator doing my job, pushing back against the wickedness that I see. See, when Tasha K make her videos, she's gossiping because it's entertaining to you. She don't care about what lives she destroys. She don't care about who get hurt in the process. As long as it's entertaining and as long as the money is being made, she don't care. Because she's doing her job. Is she hating these people? Is anybody calling her a hater? But if I speak, oh, I'm hating. It's a shaming tactic that they use, people. To make people who speak truth look like they're crazy. That's what they're doing. Let's go.
Of course I have a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
notice she got a job to do. It's not called hate.
If it ever presents itself, I will give you a courtesy call.
Of course. Of course.
Why would you warn him if something came down the pipeline? Why would you do that? She just lost credibility right there. Anybody that's following her supposed to be like, yo, she just lost a whole lot of credibility right there. Why would you give somebody a courtesy call if information came down the pipeline? That means you're forewarning them about what's going down. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I was like, Kevin,
Well, and see, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
See, that's part of the business.
Yeah.
I respect what you have to do. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why you expect to get popular and you don't think you're going to get pushback and you're going to get from the gospel site to the news site.
But I was going to tell you, because I want you, you should feel comfortable in the space you're in. And I don't want you to let these haters, because they will sometimes make you second guess yourself. Like,
Tasha, when I had like 10, 12,000 subscribers before I even discovered Black YouTube, as it were. And then like the Black manosphere and all these other people, I was like, this is a whole new world. And when I
Don't get caught up in it. 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 Don't get caught up in it.
Well,
stay on your chair. Stay on your chair. Stay on your chair. Stay on your chair.
You notice that, people? He brought up the Black manosphere. She was like, stay away from that. Stay away from them. Stay on your channel. Because you being here is actually us giving you a platform to further push you so that you gain more subscribers so that we can push you into mainstream. You got to peep what's going on. Stay away from them. Stay away from the manosphere. Stay away from all those black guys that talk about women. We don't want to hear about them. Just stay on your channel. We're giving you forewarning. Stay on your channel. Don't associate yourself with them. You saw his face when she said that? He said, see, the demon in him jumped because it's like, now where was the smoke? Why he didn't push back and say, hold up. I got my start from the manosphere. I learned everything I needed to learn from the manosphere. I copied the talking points of multiple brothers from the manosphere. Why he didn't set her straight? Why he didn't give her no smoke? Why he didn't come to her and boldly push the Black manosphere? Why he didn't do that? Because it's all about him. Selfish. This is an agenda. See what I'm saying? We're building a case. Let's go.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I came in there in my very corporate button up.
Yeah.
My presentation was trash. I was corny. I was unrelatable.
Yeah.
My presentation was trash. I was corny. I was unrelatable.
Yeah.
My presentation was trash. I was corny. I was unrelatable.
Notice, he said when he came into these YouTube streets, his presentation was trash, he was corny, and unrelatable. He was corny, trash, and unrelatable. Your godfather. But when he came into the manosphere, he started to learn red pill content. See? He started to learn from different men. Because his fragrance gig was not working. So when he came in, he saw the manosphere and he was like, this is a whole new world of opportunity to make money. I know what I can do. I could use my flamboyance, package that up with red pill content, because all these other guys, they're unable to get to these women. Since I'm effeminate, since I'm girly, the girls are gonna relate to me. See, the reason why a lot of women follow Kevin Samuels is because it's like talking to one of the girls. You're comfortable sharing your problems with one of the girls. But if you were to share your info with a man who is masculine, you won't feel that comfortable to talk. This is why women will allow him to be verbally abusive or to use shaming tactics or insults. It comes off girly. Women accept it. You know how women call each other bitches and hoes and they have no problem with it? But if you're a masculine man and you call a sister that, she want to go toe to toe with you? That's the same thing there. Let's listen to some more. Let's go.
Content creators who may not have understood me, and then they realize that, you know what, he's not bad. He marched to a beat of his own drum. And like I would say, especially like on the manosphere side, you know, I got a lot of support from people who've been around a long time, who are credible. Like one of probably the most important and most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian. What? I got a lot of support from people who've been around a long time, who are credible. Like one of probably the most important and most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian. What? One of probably the most important and most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian. One of probably the most important and most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian. I got a lot of support from people who've been around a long time, who are credible. Like one of probably the most important and most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian. What?
I've heard of him, yeah. I've heard of him, yeah.
She said, I've heard of him. She said, I heard of him. The other day, Reg the Bad Guy had a show, and he played a clip. And Obsidian came in there and said that Tasha K agrees with him. No, she don't agree with you. She just said, I heard of him. See, those are the type of guys that she don't want Kevin Samuels really around. That's why she said to stay away from the manosphere and stay on your own channel. The question that everyone need to ask is, why Kevin Samuels don't let Obsidian come on his platform and speak the black female fuckery? Yeah. Why? Why Kevin Samuels don't allow other content creators who love to talk about the black woman? Why don't he just let them all come on his platform and just do their thing? Why don't he do that? Why? These are your buddies. I mean, if you're gonna big him up, surely you could let him come on your platform and speak that real talk. You know, that real talk about black women. You could let him do that. I mean, what are you afraid of? Are you concerned that the women will begin to attack? Yeah, that's what he's afraid of. Now, he said that this particular individual is a very important man, but I don't know nothing about this man. What work did he do? He's not even visible. You know, Kevin Samuels love to talk about as a high value man. You know, he got this list of nonsense, you know. And he said that these particular guys, they got to be visible, but I never see this guy. I think this Obsidian guy is like, what, like 4'3"? Oh, I think, my bad, he's 5'7". I never seen this guy. He's not animated. I don't know where he at. Where is he? I mean, I understand that he's trying to push his buddy through the gynocracy so that it can recognize him, but that's not going to make your channel grow. The one who was chosen by Satan is Kevin Samuels. He's the one that Satan is using, not Upcity Sin. Just because Kevin Samuels shout you out does not mean your channel gonna grow. Let's continue. We have a lot to cover. This person came into my community section. Now, what I'm doing here is, this is a clip from a video that I had done a while back, probably about a couple of weeks back, where someone was pretty much coming against me in my community section, accusing me of being an up-and-coming YouTuber. So for the record, for the court, for everyone that's in the clouds, in the overflow, and in the chat, because pretty much everybody in the chat, they would know who I am. For the record of establishing credibility, I want to produce receipts on who I am, so that people that are in overflow that may have your judgments, I welcome all the judgments in terms of if you don't like me, if you like me, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, you're going to learn what credibility is when it comes to who's speaking. Let's let the video footage play so that we can build this case. Let's go. His person name is, I think it's Glitch or whatever the case is. He said, y'all up and coming YouTubers love hating on established content creators. What proof do you have that Kevin Samuels is a fraud? Now, look at what this person said. He said, y'all up and coming YouTubers hating on established content creators. So in other words, I'm an up and coming YouTuber. Right? I'm an up and coming YouTuber. Really? I didn't know I was an up and coming YouTuber. To everybody in the chat, am I an up and coming YouTuber? Appreciate the support, Tavon. Appreciate the support. Am I an up and coming YouTuber? I mean, like real talk, man. You know, sometimes you gotta pause and talk about these things, right? Because what I'm trying to do is establish something here for everybody. But now, check this out. Another brother came in there named JB. He said, hey, Glitch, Ringo been here, big bro. Which means you don't know what you're talking about. So now to Mr. Glitch and all these other content creators on YouTube and all the viewers, allow me to give you a history lesson. Let's roll the footage. Let's listen to this. By the way, that's Black Ram 313. This is from a video where he was in a live stream and I supported his show, but he forgot his history. I'm doing all of this to establish something very important, people, so pay attention.
Stop the presses. We have Black Male Advice TV in the building with the super chat. Black Male Advice TV, aka Ringo TV Raw. What's good, bro? Been in the background listening. Keep up the good work. Shout out to Ringo TV Raw, also known as Black Male Advice TV. Been listening to both shows. I appreciate you. Shout out to my Israelite brother.
Keep in mind that this is Black Ram 313. Me and him are not cool. At that particular time, you could say yeah. But these particular brothers turned against me once I exposed them for their wicked deeds. As you can see by the date, that particular stream was titled The Many Games She Play #2. And it was pretty much published in 2018, January 9th. And this is where he made this pretty much, we call it sharing his thoughts about who I am and so forth when I came into his chat and I donated. Let's listen to some more.
Ringo is back. Subscribe to his channel, Black Male Advice TV. Ringo is one of the greatest YouTubers ever, been in the game for a long time. And I've watched Ringo for years. And now that I got you on here, I'm going to say this, brother. I appreciate your work that you're doing for the brotherhood, man. I admire you. I respect you. And I appreciate you, brother. And it does my heart well to see the great Ringo TV Raw, the OG in the building who's been putting in his work for so long, man. Thank you, Ringo TV Raw. Much appreciated.
You heard it, people.
So subscribe to Ringo's new channel, Black Male Education TV. Yes, dude, Ringo TV Raw is a living legend. Yes, dude, Ringo TV Raw is a living legend. Yes, dude, Ringo TV Raw is a living legend.
Now notice what he said, people. He said subscribe to his new channel. You see, I had many channels terminated on YouTube. I've been here since 2006 putting in work. Before anybody on YouTube, before any of these content creators you love, before anybody that believe they the top dog, before anybody that think they've been here doing this, built this, did that. These guys are new. I'm not new. I'm the teacher. These guys are my students. But they forgot their history because they're too proud and arrogant. So now everybody's getting G-checked at one time. Let's go.
Absolutely. Appreciate seeing you here, Ringo.
Let's go. History lesson. We're going to get back to the show. We need a history lesson.
A lot of the stuff that we hear in the manosphere, period, doesn't mean it have to be black or European, are things that people came and said. But I think we need to start giving some respect to some originators. I'm going to give you a list of a few originators. Sergeant Willie Pete.
Sergeant Willie Pete.
K-Soul and Black.
Yeah.
Thug Titian Wisdom.
That's right.
Ringo.
What?
I think we need to start giving some respect.
Respect.
To some originators. I'm going to give you a list of a few originators.
Originators.
Sergeant Willie Pete. K-Soul and Black. Thug Titian Wisdom. Ringo.
Yeah.
These guys are the originators of Black YouTube. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
Originators.
These guys are the originators.
Put some damn respect on my name.
YouTube.
I got a lot of support from people who've been around a long time, who are credible. Like one of probably the most important, the most influential men that you probably never heard about is a guy by the name of Obsidian.
I'm gonna give you a list of a few originators.
Shout out to New Breed for the super chat. He says Ringo has influenced my content and many other content creators. Give credit to where credit is due, and I've been around since 2011. Salute. Appreciate that, brother. I would play my little visual thing, but on that particular track it's a little complicated for me to explain. It's like I don't have it set when I have this particular screen on. So if I press this thing, it's going to throw the whole show off right there. So I really can't press that thing. I have to set it up. I totally forgot to do that. Anyway, let's get right back into this. Appreciate the support. Where we at? Okay.
Sergeant Willie Pete.
Sergeant Willie Pete.
K-Soul and Black.
Yeah. Sergeant Willie Pete. If you don't know who that is, you just don't know. Y'all praise Tommy Sotomayor, but y'all better recognize who Sergeant Willie Pete is. If you don't know his work, you haven't been on YouTube. You're a freshman.
Thug Titian Wisdom.
That's right.
Ringo.
What?
I think we need to start giving some respect.
Respect.
To some originators. I'm gonna give you a list of a few originators.
Originators.
Sergeant Willie Pete. K-Soul and Black. Thug Titian Wisdom. Ringo.
Yeah. I didn't hear Obsidian in that list. I didn't hear Kevin Samuels in that list. But let's go.
These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
That's right.
These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
Originators.
These guys are the originators.
Put some damn respect on my
Black
name.
YouTube.
The hell these guys talking about?
D.Y. Ringo coming at you probably for views. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube. D.Y. Ringo coming at you probably for views. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
Now, if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why Black Ram is doing what he's doing is because I exposed him. I exposed him and called out the nonsense that he was doing. He didn't like that, and he turned against me. Many of these brothers in these black spaces have turned against me because they don't like the fact that I speak that truth, that real truth. And the thing is, a lot of these guys wanted to take my place for a long time. But you cannot overtake an originator, a pioneer, someone who gave you the damn ability to tie your damn shoelaces. I had computers in a studio before you brothers even had a cell phone. Facts. Put some damn respect on my name.
D.Y. Ringo coming at you probably for views. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube. D.Y. Ringo coming at you probably for views, possibly. He'll claim he doesn't need me for views, but lately his channel has gotten off of any topic of any substance, and he's been going at just different YouTubers for different reasons. Maybe he's run out of content.
I wasn't going after YouTubers for different reasons. I was speaking the truth. I was exposing the hypocrisy and the darkness. I was exposing the fact that people like Black Ram claim he's a follower of the Most High, but he pretty much was teaching men how to smut our women out. I stood up for my women. You understand? Because he's teaching brothers to pump and dump our women. I got up and I exposed him for the devil he really is, and he took that to heart. You understand? I don't go around picking on people. I don't do that. If you're doing evil and wickedness, I'm going to call you out. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and hide. That's not how I work. Let's go.
So I can't say specifically. I can only assume. But I find it amazing that he's no longer speaking of any specific topic, but he wants to beef with YouTubers. And let him do it. I'll have fun watching it. I may do one rebuttal. But I'm not going to go back and forth with nobody. That's not my style. So I think we need to start giving some respect to some originators. I'm going to give you a list of a few originators. Sergeant Willie Pete, K-Soul and Black, Thug Titian Wisdom, Ringo. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
You see, a lot of you brothers, you forgot about Sergeant Willie Pete. Y'all talking about Tommy Sotomayor. Sergeant Willie Pete was the originator. All respect to Tommy. Tommy was one of the first brothers on YouTube that took this to like a radio-like style because he have a radio-like background. And a lot of brothers in these spaces copied Tommy. But I've been here before Tommy. I've been here before all of these guys. And I've always showed respect. And a lot of these brothers, they forgot the history because they got some success and it got to their head. But y'all better start paying respect to the brothers that laid the foundation. Y'all didn't build a damn thing. We built the streets. We built this. Y'all came in and benefited. Always remember that.
Now, no disrespect to the creators of the manosphere. No disrespect to them at all. There were people here before you got the current rendition of the manosphere. I like to call this manosphere 3.0. So before you had your O'Shea's, before you had your Obsidians, you had your Sergeant Willie P's. You've had your Tommies. You've had your K-Soul and Blacks. You've had your Ringos. You've had your Adigon Force. There were people here before you got the current rendition of the manosphere. I like to call this manosphere 3.0. So before you had your O'Shea's, before you had your Obsidians, you had your Sergeant Willie P's. You've had your Tommies. You've had your K-Soul and Blacks. You've had your Ringos. You've had your Adigon Force. There were people here before you got the current rendition of the manosphere. I like to call this manosphere 3.0. So before you had your O'Shea's, before you had your Obsidians, you had your Sergeant Willie P's. You've had your Tommies. You've had your K-Soul and Blacks. You've had your Ringos. You've had your Adigon Force. Adigon Force is one of the originators of so-called Black YouTube. Adigon Force videos goes back to 2009, 2010.
I've been on YouTube since 2006.
Gun Force. The Last Crucible, the founders of Ipmore. Last Crucible videos goes back to 2010, 2011. Before there was, no disrespect, you know, O'Shea's my boy. Love Obsidian.
Did y'all peep that screenshot that I posted? Y'all see the channel views on my channel back in the day? Oh, man.
Before you have this rendition of the manosphere, you had these guys who originated a lot of the topics and talking points and actually did this way before there was a monetization button. But before you have this rendition of the manosphere, you had these guys who originated a lot of the topics and talking points and actually did this way before there was a monetization button.
Way before.
But before you have this rendition of the manosphere, you had these guys who originated a lot of the topics and talking points and actually did this way before there was a monetization button, way before there was a super chat.
Yep. Which means we weren't motivated by money. We've been putting in this work when there was no super chat, no donations. They didn't even have the feature of HD video. We've been doing this for years with no support, no motivation for money. And we've been doing this. What's their motivation?
Way before that.
Facts.
So all I'm saying is that, hey, from time to time, you need to give credit where credit is due. That's like a person forgetting their own national history.
Wow. But see, these brothers, they forgot that history. Yeah, he forgot. He forgot that history. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. We got more receipts. More receipts. We got to file. We got to bring it out. I'm establishing something here. I'm establishing credibility to speak. The thinking man's Templar. We got receipts. We got to file on you too. Let's go. Bring it out. Bring it out.
Yo, Black Male Advice. What up, Ringo? What's good, TNT? I'm about to drop the first video exposing IG thoughts on my www.minds.com Ringo Raw page. 90% of them IG females are prostitutes, not only women. I'm exposing these sodomites too. Everybody go check out Black Male Advice, Ringo's Minds TV. He's one of the pioneers of this shit. He's one of the dudes that actually, you know, taught me a lot. He's one of the pioneers of this shit. He's one of the dudes that actually, you know, taught me a lot. He's one of the pioneers of this shit.
Pioneers!
He's one of the dudes that actually, you know, taught me a lot. You know, taught me a lot. You know, taught me a lot.
That's right.
You understand? He's been at this from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Everybody go, if you haven't already subscribed to Black Male Advice TV, go ahead and do that. Then
you see the receipt on the screen, Ringo for life. You see the date I joined YouTube? 2006. Don't ever look at me as some up-and-coming content creator.
Go follow his link to www.minds.com, Ringo TV Raw. And he's about to drop a video on IG thoughts that he's about to expose. This is one of the legendary thinkers of the Black sector. This is one of the legendary thinkers of the Black sector.
Credibility.
This is one of the legendary thinkers of the Black sector. You understand? Peace to Ringo, man. Damn, Ringo taught me a lot. So y'all go follow that. So y'all go ahead and follow up with Ringo. Yeah, Ringo's live shows be crazy. Them shits be beast. Like, he be killing it. Killing it. And then every chick coming there talking shit, he will shred them immediately. Yo, Ringo does not play that shit. I remember when Ringo had the low Caesar. That's when I was watching Ringo videos, when he had the low Caesar with the waves. Now he got the dreads. Like, you understand? He said he's going to drop it later. Ringo's going to drop the video a little later. And then you could go ahead and watch. He You got to go ahead and get on his Patreon too. He got a lot of hardcore shit on there. You know, because Ringo was one of the first dudes on YouTube that was like hardcore before they started like muting everybody and shit. You know, because Ringo was one of the first dudes on YouTube that was like hardcore before they started like muting everybody and shit.
Notice what he said. Ringo was one of the first dudes on YouTube that was hardcore before they started muting everyone. Muting, which means removing, silencing you. See? I had many channels that was muted. Other brothers were muted too. But this new wave of guys that are around, they never been muted. They don't know what that's like. One of the first YouTubers that was hardcore before they started muting everybody, but they forgot this history.
Shit. You know, because Ringo was one of the first dudes on YouTube that was like hardcore before they started like muting everybody and shit. Yeah, Ringo's Patreon is official. It's definitely worth it. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, Ringo's one of those dudes, man. He had some videos that like definitely red pilled me. He put up a couple on his Patreon, some of his older ones, but he got some like hardcore ones that was like, oh shit. Like once you heard him, you was like, you couldn't look at women the same. And it just ate it in my red pill.
D.Y. Ringo coming at you probably for views. These guys are the originators of Black YouTube.
This is one of the legendary thinkers of the Black sector. You understand? Peace to Ringo, man. Damn, Ringo taught me a lot.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to this particular show.
That man is one of the most influential black men in black male media. No one knows about him, but he's like a gatekeeper, and he can spot talent and recognize things that we need. And I credit him for actually changing my point of view on a lot of things. I credit him for actually changing my point of view on a lot of things. I credit him for actually changing my point of view on a lot of things.
He just credit Obsidian for pretty much programming his mind. So the Kevin Samuels that you see was actually manufactured by Obsidian. Manufactured and released to go do the bidding of Obsidian. That is what Kevin Samuels is. To infiltrate the gynocracy, to go behind enemy lines, to get in, to try to destroy it. But what they don't know is that Kevin Samuels is really out for self. Because once again, if Obsidian is so influential and such a great teacher, why Kevin Samuels don't bring him on the platform and let him go ham, talking that mess, talking that hate for women? Why he don't allow it on his platform? Why? Why not just let it rock out so the people can hear from your important man who can spot talent? So he saw you and saw someone that could be used for his purpose. See, this is all scripted, people. Shout out to From Downtown for the super chat. It says, I remember back when you said you weren't here for yourself and that you were here to do the work of the Most High. You had my support then, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, from back then, I wasn't even interested in any support. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sherelle. Sherelle was the one who told me way back, to set up this and set up that and, set up a Cash App and a Patreon and a PayPal. I wasn't even doing none of that stuff. I was just making content. Not that I'm saying it's bad to get support, but my motivation was not money. Of course, you should be paid for your work, but my motivation to speak truth was never about money. It always was from the heart. These content creators are not doing what they do for any love for anybody. Kevin Samuels do not care about you sisters. He don't care about black women. He don't like black women. And you're going to learn that in this stream.
He said something years ago that I didn't understand. He said, the biggest problem in black America is not racism, white supremacy. It's the sobering reality that black men and black women don't get along.
It's true.
And when he said it, I wasn't in a place to hear it. I was like, that can't be.
But it's true, though.
He's not the first person to say that. Brothers been said that. That's nothing new. Not to me. I've been said that. I've been teaching on relationships. He didn't get that because he just got that. You giving him credit for something that he didn't start. You giving him credit for something that you making it seem like he just like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe that he said that. I now learned that. Wow, black women and men, we really don't get along. Really? I mean, you had 2 divorces, so obviously you don't get along. So that's not new. Like, it's very clear that black men and black women haven't been getting along for years. You understand? And when YouTube started in 2005, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to a sister named Keena Butter. She was the one who put me onto YouTube. I used to be on forums, hanging out in Christian forums, roasting preachers. And she said there's a website called YouTube. It was 2005. She put me onto that website, and I went over there, looked at it, kind of checked it out, and then I registered in 2006. So shout out to Keena Butter. I remember her name. Notice how I give credit. Notice that. We're talking about many years ago. Her name just popped in my mind. That's called showing respect. You understand? Let's listen to some more.
It was so true.
Understand something. The average rank and file blue collar brother on the block, okay, in urban black America. Do you realize it's for him to see a woman that's a +6 is like a once or twice a year event? Do you realize that? For him to actually see it in his actual line of sight, a woman that's over a 6, that's like he sees that like once or twice a year, man.
He's basically saying that as men, we hardly ever get to see our women as a 6 and above, ever. And if we do, it's probably like twice a year. So basically he's saying that our women are not even attractive. But let's listen to him. Let's listen to what he has to say. Now, keep in mind, ladies, this is the guy that Kevin Samuels promoted as the one who pretty much influenced him, recognized his talent, one who he claimed is important. This is the guy here. Let's hear him.
Really?
Yes.
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 I believe it 100%.
Kevin Samuels said he believed that 100% too. So Kevin Samuels co-signed with a City Simp and pretty much agree that there really aren't any beautiful black women. And this is the same guy that is trying to take your dress size and find out how much you weigh. Same guy that you call on his show only to get ridiculed. This is why he always asks you to rate yourself, because he know good and well that none of you are 8, 9, and 10 because of this. But it gets worse. It gets real bad.
Yes. If you go in inner city Philadelphia, inner city Chicago, inner city Newark, New Jersey, for that matter, you go in those places where Donnie Glover bases his show in Atlanta. You don't see broads that's a 6 and above on a regular in those places, New Orleans and all that. You're lucky if you can find just straight up 5s. You're lucky.
Miami too.
South Beach.
You're lucky. You're very Miami-Dade. You're very lucky if you can find a woman that's a 6 and above. You see women in those places. If you see a woman that's over a 6 and above, that's a rare event.
Wow.
That's the reason why brothers don't know how to act when they see
I think
shit
once
like
you
that.
get above, I think when you start getting above 6 and 7 and stuff like that, you do have to take opinion into. I just believe that.
Let me just say one thing. There is no
I just
7.
think so. I mean, unless we don't have any real definitive, this makes a dime, this makes a 9, this makes a 8. We don't. I mean,
You know what? Let me put it to you this
and
way.
every
You know
man
what?
will
Look,
disagree with that.
I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what. This is something all brothers here listening
You said
to.
twice a year?
Yeah.
I don't recall walking down the street and only seeing beautiful sisters twice a year. I mean, practically every day when I walk outside, I always see some fine-ass sisters. I don't know what he's talking about, but there are a lot of beautiful sisters out here. You know, the other day I was riding through Prospect Park and I saw this slim sister looking real good. Had a brother thinking about all sorts of things. You know, I was riding through and I was like, damn. Had a brother wanting to give his pension away. Had a brother wanting to give his life to Christ. I was looking at her from head to toe like, Lord. And you know, it was sunny that day too, and she had pretty feet too. I was like, damn. She was looking real good. So I don't know what these brothers are talking about, that you only get to see women that are a 6 and above only twice a year. That don't make no sense.
Here in Philadelphia, if you're in North Philly, West Philly, Southwest Philly, believe me, finding a chick that's a 6 and above, that's like a year or bi-year event. The usual situation is 3s, 4s, maybe a 5.
Damn.
You know what?
Yes.
One thing that I do when I sit down, when
You
I
didn't
sit down,
hear when Amber Rose was talking about this? Amber Rose talked about this. She's from Philly too.
Amber
She's from
Rose
South Philly.
ass is
She talked about this. She said
Amber
Philly
Rose.
ain't got no
Amber
pretty
Rose full
bras
of
here.
shit. You doing a slut walk? Fuck Amber
okay,
Rose.
can you guys
Go
hear me?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
When I sit down and consult with a group of women, one of the first things I do is I ask everyone to rank themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, and you cannot use 7.
He said anytime he get with women, he asks them to rate themselves from 1 to 10, but you can't use a 7. Can't use a 7. Now, all the ladies in the clouds, Kevin Samuels is going to rate himself. Are you ready to hear what he got to say? This is going to be very interesting. Let's go.
There is no 7. What? It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. And you know what the majority of women rank themselves as?
Probably 8. Yeah.
8. And you know what the majority of the women are? 6. The average is a 6, and that's being professionally nice. Women look at themselves and see and will rank themselves higher than they actually rank themselves. Ask men the same question. Men rank themselves to about around 5.
Now, he just said men would rate themselves around 5. Let's see what Kevin Samuels will rate himself, shall we? Let's listen.
5.5 if I actually aggregated. Men look at themselves and see their problem areas. Women look at themselves and see what they want to see. So,
where would you rank yourself, Kevin?
I rank myself a 9. So,
where would you rank yourself, Kevin?
I rank myself a 9.
So, where would you rank yourself, Kevin?
I rank myself a 9.
This clown said that he rate himself a 9, but yet he'll tell other women that they're average at best, they're a 5. This 50-something-year-old man rates himself a 9. But yet when he look at you sisters, he want to say that the only time brothers ever get to see beautiful black women is probably twice a year. But he rate himself a 9. I mean, a man shouldn't even be rating himself like that. That's like feminine. But he rates himself a 9. Damn near perfect. You be the judge of that, sisters.
Okay.
Men look at what they, and that's the thing. You can, they're, and they're saying, you know, beauty is subjective. That's another fallacy. Beauty is not subjective. That's why we have the golden ratio, the Fibonacci equation. You can look at facial symmetry and see that beautiful people, you can map their facial structure, and it goes to a mathematical calculation.
Oh yeah.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks.
Wow.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks.
What?
They're on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks.
Wow.
They're on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Facial symmetry, even to the way to black women are starting to look more masculine. And this one, you start putting on additional makeup and, you know, weave and all this other kind of stuff, to where guys are just saying, damn, and you're not even going to the gym to try to keep yourself in shape, and you don't have a good attitude? I would rather not.
Do you see, ladies? This man believed that all black women are inherently ugly, unattractive. Your Kevin Samuels said that. Not me. Your godfather said that you are on the opposite end of what beauty is. And you are literally on the opposite end on all ranks, which means you're nowhere near what we would consider the standard of what beauty is supposed to be. And they're basing it off of some calculation of some nonsense. This is how they feel about black women. This is what Kevin Samuels feel about you sisters that support him. This is how Obsidian believe about you sisters, the daughters of Zion. They believe that our women are unattractive. That's what they believe. But yet they have a show where they appear as if though he's trying to help black women. So all the women that are calling in on the show, he wants you to believe that he's trying to hook y'all all up to get a high value man, while knowing that in his heart, he believes that none of you are even a 6 and above. You're just average at best. That is why he said what he said to the lady in the infamous video that went viral, which really didn't go viral, because when you really think about those videos that end up on World Star, let me put you onto the game. It's an investment. These people pay World Star to host the videos. Do your research, people. A lot of these videos that end up on World Star are not there because they just appear there because somebody just went over to World Star and just uploaded the video. You gotta pay World Star over 10 grand, 10 stacks, and they'll upload that video. And because of the reach that World Star have, it will go viral. You're paying for it. World Star originally started off as a site for hip hop to promote artists, and it slowly transferred into just posting anything. Some stuff get posted for whatever reason, but when it comes to you wanting a particular video to be published for the purpose of helping your platform grow to go viral, you gotta pay World Star stacks in order for that video to go viral. So I wouldn't even be surprised if Kevin Samuels invested his own money to pay World Star to host that video, to further promote his platform. I'm not dumb. I got eyes and I can see. You understand? That is what went down. These men look at our women as if though they're of no value. This is what they're teaching our women. That's why every single time they try to make our women feel bad based on how they look. Oh, you're too fat, or you got too much weight, or what's your dress size, and all of this nonsense. Got our sisters leaving the phone calls insecure, feeling bad about themselves. Ain't no telling how many of our sisters are literally losing their mind once they leave those shows and they're traumatized. That's what's going on, people. Shout out to True Love for the super chat, says, they are the worst. We as black women, beauty comes natural. Other races get surgery. Thank you, Ringo, for standing up for us. Appreciate your support. Let me see. Shout out to Regulus, Ahaya, Bathcole, and Garden of Eden. Appreciate your support joining Team Ringo and the chat. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, let's get right back into this, people. Let's go.
So the reputation is well deserved.
Yeah, I agree with Kevin. You know, this is his idea.
He just said he agreed with Kevin. Cosign.
And what's the name? Issa Rae tried to suggest that somehow this stuff was being said about black women just coming out of nowhere. That's bullshit. It ain't just coming out of nowhere, man. This is stuff that's based on the actions of a lot of black women themselves. And they don't want to address it. I mean, now, hey, look, the United States, the great thing about the United States is you got the right to be a complete loser if you want to be. If you want to be a loser, you can do that. And nobody will bother you. You try to be a loser in Singapore, see what happens to you, man. You can't just lie on the ground in Singapore.
So when the Asian magazine said that black women are ugly, you guys co-signed that, right?
I didn't see that in Asian magazine, but I will tell you this.
Notice how Kevin Samuels just dodged the question. See, the truth of the matter is they do co-sign it because they're co-signing it with how they respond next. Learn to listen to what people don't say. You know what I mean? Sometimes a person can speak to you and they're saying something without saying it. You know what I mean? You got to peep what they're not saying. They just brought up this whole thing about Asians and how they talk to their family, and they're about to expose themselves even further. And there is also an audio clip that I meant to add to this video, but it was off my mind at the time, where Kevin Samuels literally said that he believed in an afterlife that he was a Caucasian man or an Asian man. There's another brother on YouTube. I forgot his name. I would shout him out just to give him his recognition, but it's something, the poor something. I can't remember his name, but he have the video where Kevin Samuels said that he believed that he, in an afterlife, he was an Asian man or a Caucasian man. So this is a guy that have a crisis going on within himself where he don't even feel that he's a black man. And this is why there's so much hate and so much evil that he have towards our women, trying to make them feel like they're less than, talking about how they're literally unattractive. I mean, every time I walk outside, I always come across beautiful sisters. And see, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What I may see in a sister, you may not see. I could look at a sister and you might think she's a 4, but to me, she's an 8 because she have exactly what I like. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're talking about, but let's listen to some more to find out what's going on. Shout out to Cool Gent for the super chat. Appreciate your support. He said, salute Ringo, continue to call out these fake alpha dudes. Shout out to Ahaya Bath Cole, Garden of Eden. Said, thank you, son of the royal father, which art in heaven. Ringo, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support. Yep. All right, let's continue on. Let's go.
She talked about Asian magazine that said black women are ugly.
I didn't read
Google it. You'll see it.
I've done martial arts for 30 years. My seafood, I would tell you one thing about the Chinese. They tell their daughters straight up,
You got that right.
You ugly.
You got that right. Yeah.
Notice how both of them was so hyped about that. that the Asians would tell their daughters, "You're ugly," and they were so happy to say that. Because that's how they feel about our women. That's how they feel. And his sidekick co-signing him at the same time. Listen again. Keep listening.
Yeah.
Often.
He ain't lying about that, because I know Asian guys like that too.
Real with their women.
Oh yeah, they'll tell you. I'm talking about Asian mothers. I'm not talking about the brothers. That. Asian mothers will tell their daughters, "You can't compete for that kind of man. He's out of your league. You can't do that. You're not good looking enough."
So if you say it was in a magazine, that's not hard to figure, because their culture is one where they're actually real. So here's the thing: women who aren't as beautiful, they know they can't come in with attitude. They're much friendly. And here's the funny thing:
I hear you, bro. I just disagree. I just disagree. But I do agree with you when it talks about symmetry. I actually heard that before.
Okay.
When it comes to nose and lip and all that different stuff, and the ratio and the symmetry of the face and stuff like that, things that are definitively black, historically, scientifically, science has not been favorable to black people. Like, for example, the IQ situation.
At least I can say that brother have some sense. Listening to these clowns, he recognized that science as well as society have not been favorable towards our women and towards black people as a whole. Remember, they didn't even consider us humans in their record books. They didn't even consider black people to be like fully human. This is in their record books. So for them to even be trying to use what the powers that be put out there, it's ridiculous, man.
That it really is useless. It's a useless argument in my mind, because
same studies hold
on.
bear out that black men are the most masculine of men.
It's interesting how he would say there's a study that shows that black men are the most masculine of men, but at the same time, they're saying that black women are the most unattractive out of all ethnic groups of women. Do you see does that make any sense? So they crown themselves as the most masculine, but yet when we look at Kevin Samuels, he's not even masculine. I mean, am I the only one seeing this? Like, I mean, what is going on here? So black men are the most masculine, but most of our black men literally want to be women. And at the same time, they're saying that our women are unattractive. That the only time us brothers see a beautiful black woman is probably twice a year. Every single day I walk these streets, I constantly see fine sisters. And I'm not even looking for no super beautiful whatever. A sister could just have a certain way she look, and she just look good. So I don't know what they talking about. They're measuring our women based off of the white standard of beauty. That's what these brothers are doing. Shout out to Brenda Art Girl for the super chat. Said thank you so much for sharing, Ringo. Much love. Kevin being sent to destroy, trying to make black people depressed. Only strong will survive. Appreciate your support. Let's listen to some more.
Well, I mean, when you look at, I was talking about the IQ. Like, for example, they talk about the IQ, right? Okay. The IQ, they use that to say that black people are inferior. I've done a few videos on that, basically saying we're inferior.
Right.
Well, and they use IQ, right? Right. So I say, what I did was I went and did a study of all the people in America, the demographic, breakdown of people from all the nations, all the different nationalities, and people from nations with lower IQs actually come to America and outproduce people with higher IQs. Whites, now, of course, the Asians are at the top. Right. I think it's Filipino, Taiwanese, but you got people with an IQ of like 75 outproducing the average white person. In fact, if you look at the wealthiest nations in the world, but I think about 4 of them out of the top 10 have an IQ under that of the average of a lot of European nations. You got Luxembourg, but you got places where people got IQ of 79 and they're actually outproducing, which shouldn't be possible if IQ is the deciding factor. So I'm making that point to say that science sometimes can be used to shit on people. So, it just depends. I have a
hold on.
Let me get my point out. I'm saying personally, I'm not even attracted to nothing but black women. So for me, I may look at it different. I see plenty of beautiful women in Atlanta every day.
Okay.
See, the brother is literally on point. He's like, look, I see beautiful sisters every day. I don't know what you brothers are talking about. Like, a sister don't even have to do much to be beautiful. It's just that these particular males, they have a certain position. They just don't like our women for whatever reason. And what they do is they always target the ones that they can literally make fun of and belittle. And they're trying to make it seem like all of our women are just unattractive. I don't know where they live at, where they just don't see beautiful women. You know, they just don't like black women. You know what I mean? They don't like them. That's why every single time this man has a show, every time a woman comes on, she's not good enough. They're never good enough. And this is why I'm teaching you, sisters, you're never going to have this high-value man. It's a scam. He know in his heart that he believe you're average at best. He's getting kicks out of this. I don't know what happened to that man. I don't know what went on in his past. But he has some sort of issue with our women. And it's not about helping black men and women come together to build a family. Because that man do not want a family. That man do not want to marry a black woman. You know what I mean? He don't want our women. He's not trying to settle down. He don't care if you settle down. He's using the dysfunction, the problems, the issues that our women have, and rather than him trying to make our women do better, he's using it to capitalize, to make a profit. He's using that to reach mainstream. And before you know it, this guy's going to have a damn show, probably end up getting a movie deal, a book deal, some sort of stuff. And before you know it, he's going to forget about all of this YouTube stuff. He's going to forget all about this. What's your dress size? What's this? What's that? That's going out the window once he go into mainstream. Ain't going to be no YouTube videos. And then what? All of y'all going to look bad because they're going to be like, wow, this is what I supported? All the brothers that are in the manosphere who thought that this guy was their savior, that they can live through Kevin. You're going to learn that you all been played. Because at this point, he's moving towards what he wants. He don't give a damn about you. Again, bring all these guys on your platform and let them wild out. Let's see how long your channels stay. Bring the Obsidians and let them talk about what they hate about our women and let him be free to speak his mind. Let other content creators that you big up come on your platform and talk that shit. Let's see if your channel remain. This is why he goes to other people's platform. He's fishing. He goes to your platform, gather your subscribers, uses his influence to pull your people, gaining recognition from your viewers. This is why he went on Fresh and Fruity podcast to gain their subscribers. This is why he went on this platform to gain theirs. This is why he went on the Joe Budden to gain theirs. Gaining from everybody, but not giving back. This is why he went on Tasha K's channel to gain her subscribers. In the month of June, he will crack 1 million subs. And then Satan will appoint him to the next agenda. You're going to see that. Watch.
So you just said
let me get the point out. So when you say twice a year, I'm like, how you gonna tell me what I think is beautiful? So that's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
Okay, see, this is
first. Shout out to True Love for the super chat. Said the Asians stole technology from Africa. Black is absolutely beautiful and truth don't hide. Shout out to From Downtown. Said facts, Ringo. Even in Seattle, where there's not many of us, I still see beautiful sisters. There's no other women I'd give the time of day but a sister. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like the black women. I don't know what these guys are talking about. They bugging out, man. Sisters are the best in the world. And it's just a shame. It's a shame how they would look. And you know what's so funny? The way they talk about black women, I can't wait till you see the rest of this stream. Because you're going to see the hypocrisy of City Sin on how he tried to call out another brother who is married or have a white girlfriend and try to make it look like he ain't qualified to speak about black women issues or black people issues, but yet Kevin Samuels supposedly, allegedly, in a video confessed publicly that his ex or his wife, ex, was a so-called Asian woman who's bisexual. You're going to learn all of that with receipts. We bringing it all out. Let's go.
You just said it. Everything is through your filter. Can you be pragmatic about an argument? Can you just detach yourself of what you think and what you feel? And it doesn't sound to me like...
I can, but what I'm saying is that scientific information that you introduce can be biased. That's what I'm saying.
It can be biased. You know what I mean? It can be biased. You're right.
What you're using is...
Okay, dude, you just asked to speak and now you cut me off.
See, he's trying to do that same bullshit he do to the women. Oh, you cutting me off. You cutting me off. You can't overtalk me.
Can't do that.
Go ahead, bro. Like, look, go ahead. It ain't nothing like that. I'm cool. I'm laid back. Go ahead. It ain't mad. Man, you go ahead and talk.
Well, okay, let me put it this way.
Yeah, go ahead.
One time there's scientists that believed the earth was flat. Sometime there was another, the same time they had people that thought the earth was round. They all had the same facts.
Listen, the same system thought that us so-called black people were not even fully human beings. You understand? So I wouldn't take anything that they do and make it facts. Because at the end of the day, they always try to make us as a people look like we're not smart enough, that we're not attractive, we're ugly, we're black, and black is a crayon color. We're not even black. But this is what they try to do to us so that we're all judging our skin complexion as if though something's wrong, just like that old popular video back in the day where you saw a little girl and they were like, which doll do you like? Which one is the pretty doll? She picked the white one. Which one is the ugly one? She picked up the doll that looked like her. How could a child have that embedded in their mind that they would pick up a doll that looked like them as the ugly one? And yet you got these devils on YouTube talking about our women are not attractive. Talking about our women are literally below a 6. And we can't hardly see any of our sisters as a 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever the case is. Our women already have self-esteem issues and insecurities. And yet these demons are on social media perpetuating this madness. But if I speak on it, I'm a hater. I'm just jealous when I'm in my own fucking studio. You know how much this studio costs? Do you see any of these content creators with a studio? Do you see them with equipment? Do you see them doing anything? They don't even show their face, most of them. Jealous? No, I'm trying to direct my people. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Got no damn time to be jealous of no man. I make my own way prosperous. I'm a man. I work with my hands and I build. That's what I do. Let's go.
They just had different theories. Facts are subjective to your theory. So if you're saying facts can be used, we know that. But universally, beauty is the same. Even if you look at certain features, it's still symmetry. And that's when we start getting into...
For example, I'll give you an example that's irrefutable. Name me a culture in the world at any point in human history. Name me a culture in the world where older women as a general course were considered more beautiful than younger women.
Never.
Okay. Female youth is considered universally beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Female youth.
Well, and this is where I think we start getting into these, when we're starting trying to argue against nature and known realities, we're getting we're trying to prove a point of view, and ultimately comes down to this: you are what you are. You can always get better, but your value is going to pretty much be what it is. You can get better, but you can't get taller as a man. So you got to compensate. If you're a shorter guy, you got to do more than the guy who's 6 feet.
And I know better than most. I'm 5'7".
So men,
and disabled and blue collar. So I'm gonna have to compensate like a motherfucker.
So men have always accepted that. Women used to accept that. Now we're to the point to where women don't accept it, Men don't speak about it as much. So now it's easier for them to live in this alternate reality. But the net of it is when a man has to decide whether he's going to wipe up and deal with, he vote with their feet, and they're not there. And the reason is clear. And it's not about men. It's not about bashing. See, whenever I hear that word bash, that automatically tells me there's a weak argument.
Oh, when what you're doing to our women is called bashing. You know, when you tell a sister you're average at best, that's a problem. When you look at a woman and you just say you're done, there's nothing I can do for you, you're finished. That's bad. That's all bashing because you gave her no hope. She's calling in trying to get advice, but you just said she's done, she's finished. You're doing that to degrade them, to bash them, to belittle them for entertainment. That's what you're doing it for. I mean, you even said that on the Tasha K show that pretty much what you're doing have a bit of entertainment value in there. So people are not flocking to your page because they want to gain information. They want to get a good laugh. And a lot of the guys that follow you are trying to live vicariously through you because they don't have the balls to pretty much come on social media and speak about these issues. So they hide behind you and they're constantly giving you a bunch of money. They're feeding the demon. See, that's what that means. They're feeding the demon. They coming in there, they feeding the spirit behind Kevin in hopes that he continue to destroy the black woman. And yet none of these brothers have wives. None of these brothers have families, but they're being entertained. Grown men. Rather than them leading the community by example, we're being entertained by asking women what is their dress size. This is crazy. A man have over 800,000 to 900,000 followers. Is he using it for the purpose of the Most High? Is he using it to educate our women to truly make them better people? No. He's using it to make them look stupid. Using it to make them look crazy. That's what he's using it for. And that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's going on. All right. Shout out to True Love for the super chat. Appreciate it. It's a good point, Ringo. I will say dark-skinned as opposed to black. Apologies. It ain't nothing. I'm just, putting it out there that the word black is a crayon color. It's what they gave us. Like none of us are technically black. We're different shades of the dirt and the sand of the ground. It's different shades. So our people have been accustomed to hating themselves. That's all that society taught us. This is why our black women want to wear these hair weaves and these weird colors to try to look more European because they've been taught that that's the standard of beauty. And they believe that that's what us men want. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? I prefer seeing a sister with locks or her natural hair doing her own thing. I don't want to see any of that other mess. I don't. They got our sisters wearing these eyelashes. Our sisters never wore that stuff back in the day. Back in the day, a sister would put on some lip gloss and that was it. She would come out with her face natural as it is. And brothers would be like, wow, she's cute and this and that. Now, you don't even know what a sister really looked like because she literally hide who she is behind a mask of makeup, which is all witchcraft and sorcery. Let's get back into this, man. Let's go.
Truth is not bashing. 2 + 2 is 4. You don't have to feel a certain.
Yeah, 2 + 2 is 4. But when you tell our women that they're average at best, when really they are attractive. I mean, this guy, he rated different women in the industry as like a 5 or a 6 when really they're not. But he rate himself a 9. Like, who does this stuff? I mean, what are women rating Kevin Samuels? That would be shocking, right? Of what women would rate him. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a 9. That don't make no sense that you're a 9, but all the women are 5s and 4s. So you're telling me that you look better than a woman? That's what you're telling me, that you look better than a woman? Wow. It's crazy. Let's go.
We're about 4 issues. 4.
True that. And I honestly do believe that one big problem
it's
between
funny
black men and black women is the fact
I ain't gonna get to say that.
that there is a lack of black female beauty. People,
You heard it yourself, people. There's a lack of black female beauty. That came from Obsidian, who is Kevin Samuels' right-hand man that he promoted on the Tasha K show. I want all of you sisters to know that he believed there is a lack of beauty from our women. They don't believe that you're attractive. What are you ladies going to do about it? What are you going to do when you go to their channels and know that these men don't like the way you look? This is what they're saying on their platforms, that our women are not attractive. They don't look good. What women are these? And all these guys are older gentlemen who should be schooling the younger brothers on how to be men. But they're on YouTube being used by Satan to destroy what brothers like me been doing on YouTube in terms of teaching and edifying the people. They act like I don't exist. That's why in the stream, I had to make sure that my credibility was on point by seeing content creators acknowledge who I am. I'm not just some dude here talking crap. I'm doing this show live. This is live. Nothing is edited here. I'm making you understand what's going on with the passion of the Most High that's in me to edify the people. They don't got no love for our women. They don't got no love for our sisters. They're just using them to benefit. Just like the preachers do in these Christian churches. Pay your tithes. Bring your tithes to the altar so God could give you a blessing. It's a damn lie. I've exposed the religion of Christianity years ago for the frauds that they are in terms of teaching our people to tithe money to the church. And so many of our women are in these churches giving all of their money to this damn preacher with his shiny suit and his Lear jet driving around in a fancy Rolls Royce while you taking the bus to work. You got to take a damn skateboard to work. That's what you got to do as a sister. That don't make no damn sense that as a woman, you got to sit there and tolerate this kind of abuse. And then you're traumatized. Then on top of that, you had a bad upbringing. No father in your life. And to come on YouTube and have to hear some bullshit from some crazy guy in a suit sitting in a dark room talking about your average at best is crazy. But I'm a hater. I'm just jealous, right? Ringo, you just jealous because you live in your mom's basement, you're broke, and you don't got nothing. Okay, whatever you say. Let's go. Let's listen to some more of this mess.
This is the reason why you say you're a biblical man. Okay. And I'm not a Christian, but I was brought up in the biblical way. I come from a long line of clerics, deacons and, preachers and
frauds,
pastors and all the rest of it. I got a lot of that in my bloodline. Okay. So I'm very conversant with both the Quran and the Bible. All right. So my thing is that King David and Bathsheba story is some profound shit. Beauty motivates men. The Taj Mahal. Come on, man.
If this man was truly about the Bible, he would know that the Bible says that beauty is vain. Beauty is vain, according to the Bible. Yes, as men, we're attracted to beauty. It's a weakness. The scriptures warn us about beauty. Beauty is vain. A woman can be very attractive and be a demon, a devil. A woman could be very attractive and lure you in. And before you know it, your soul is required. You understand? So don't make it seem like beauty is so great. Beauty fades. The most beautiful woman, her beauty is going to fade over time. Every woman is going to grow old, just like every man is going to grow old. But if you got a woman who's beautiful and you got her while she's in her prime, and as you age, you're both aging, so no matter how old she get, you will still look at your woman as beautiful, even with her gray hair. Why? Because her spirit is beautiful. Her personality is beautiful. But these demons on YouTube don't even know what's beautiful because they don't even have no woman. Kevin Samuels got 2 divorces under his belt. How could he teach you anything about a relationship when he don't got the fruit to pretty much show you? It makes no sense. But I'm jealous, right? I'm just a hater, right? I'm just a hater, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, whatever you say. Let's listen to some more.
Look, man, even the Bible said Leah was ugly. The Bible says Leah was ugly, and he worked the first 7 years. Jacob worked first 7 years for Leah, indentured servant, got Leah, thought it was Rachel, worked another 7 years because Rachel was that cold that he wanted her. So he worked 14 years again. So, even the Bible says didn't know she was, tender on the eyes or something. So I get it.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's such thing as ugly women.
All right, fair enough. All right, so we all in agreement that beauty motivates a man. So
Donovan made a live stream about Danica Marie.
Now pay attention very carefully to this segment of the show. What I am going to establish here is something very important within this court case. What you're going to learn is that Obsidian had an issue with Donovan Sharp over the woman that you see on the screen. We're going to get into a lot of other details, but listen to the audio, and we're going to build this case around this because it's going to all come right back around to Kevin Samuels on how he is not even qualified to speak. We're going to use the words of Obsidian to prove that Kevin Samuels is not qualified to speak. And I want you, the viewing audience, in the chat and in the clouds, to pretty much put the puzzle together. Because after it's all said and done, you got some choices to make. Shout out to True Love for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, I hope everybody got their popcorn. Because I told you, I'm not playing games. We cooking. This is a barbecue. But it's an intellectual barbecue. Ain't gonna be no wilding out. We bringing out receipts to handle this case appropriately. That's how I do things when it comes to exposing the frauds. Let's go.
And in that live stream, he talked about Danica in the pejorative fashion. He said that, she's another wannabe dating coach, profiting off of male thirst. And like I said, that's his opinion. I would never respond to him on that, right? And the reason why is because it's not enough for me to do that. Okay? Donovan Sharp's opinion on black people, it's not enough for me to do a show on, right? But the reason why I'm doing this is that Obsidian Media Network, who had a difference of opinion about Danica Marie, did come out and call out Donovan Sharp. And I want to play the soundbite of what Obsidian said about Donovan. And I want to talk about all you other guys who disagree with Obsidian about this, because I definitely agree about people like Donovan Sharp and others of you who think like him. Listen to this, and I'm going to come back and give my commentary.
At 3 minutes past the hour. What it's got to do with Mr. Donovan Sharp is this. He is a brother. He also happens to hail from Philly. So he's a homeboy and a brother. Fair enough. I'm going to leave our personal history out of it. That is irrelevant for today's discussion.
Fair use.
The issue I have with Mr. Sharp, insofar as Miss Danica Marie is concerned, is this. Mr. Sharp, you have made the decision to mate with Becky. Let me repeat that.
Now, if you notice, he has a problem. Obsidian has a problem with Donovan Sharp because he have a Becky, right? And for whatever reason, he jumped to the defense of the woman that you see on the screen who, based on what I know or heard, is that she's supposed to be married. And I find it kind of funny that a man would jump to the defense of a married woman. I mean, if she have a husband, he can handle that himself. I mean, we have a word for that. It's called a simp. When I think of a married woman and, what she do and how she carry herself online and X, Y, and Z, it could be up for debate. But at the end of the day, men that follow that woman, let's just keep it real, man. Them brothers are just following her for a peep show. Just keeping it 1,000 with you. Grown-ass men following a female channel trying to get advice from females. No. Women channels are supposed to be giving advice to women so that women can be wives, learn how to conduct themselves in the right way. You brothers are not supposed to be on a female channel trying to get game from a woman to learn female nature. Y'all some weak brothers to be subscribed to females trying to get game, inside game on how women move. Really? Have it ever dawned on you that the very same game is the same thing that they do? Have it ever dawned on you that she is actually capitalizing off you thirsty brothers? Now, I don't know her personally, but I'm not a dummy. I'm not a fool. I already see the hustle. But if you guys are suckers enough to pretty much fall for it, then hey, to each his own. Let's get back to the show.
You, Mr. Sharp, have made the decision to take Karen as your mate. I got no problem with that.
You do have a problem with that. Let's stop saying what you don't have a problem with. You do have a problem with Donovan Sharp having a Becky as his woman. If you didn't, you wouldn't be talking about it. And we're going to learn that more over here. But to Obsidian, we're going to use your words. That's right. In this court, with the people that are in the clouds, people that are in the chat, we're all witnessing this right now live. We're going to use your words against you, and we're going to apply it on your boy, Kevin Samuels. And we're going to prove that your boy, Kevin Samuels, is not qualified to talk about black women issues or black people issues. Let's go.
I want to be 100% clear on this point. I got no problem.
Nobody do videos like me.
Mr. Donovan Sharp or any other black man choosing a non-black woman as his mate. I'm good with it. That's his choice. He's just as much an American citizen as me. I respect his choice.
He's only doing that to appear as if though he's not a racist or he's against anyone, to try to cover his track for the algorithm and everything else. It's all BS. At the end of the day, he don't like the fact that he's with this woman while talking about issues concerning black women. Let's go.
If he was to bring his woman around, she would get the utmost treatment and respect from me. That woman ain't done nothing to me. I got no truck with her. But I want you to understand something here, Mr. Sharp. I want you to understand this and know this well. See, we have a misunderstanding here. We got a misunderstanding. See, you're under the understanding that though you have chosen a non-black woman as a mate, and while we respect that right, and while we ain't gonna come sideways at your woman,
Could you please get to the damn point?
respect that. We respect her. But you seem to misunderstand. You seem to be under the understanding that you're still able to critique black women.
So he have a problem with him critiquing black women just because he's with a Becky. Let's go.
You're under the misunderstanding that you're still able to weigh in on black issues, which really comes down to the black man and the black woman. I'm here to disabuse you of that misunderstanding, Mr. Donovan Sharp. You have forfeit. See, when you take a non-black mate, which is your right, I recognize your right, I affirm your right, I respect your right. That's not in dispute. But see, when you do that, you forfeit the right to discuss the black woman, to discuss black issues, to discuss black dating and mating issues. You forfeit.
Wait a minute. So alpha male scammery trying to go out to get white women, do that also make him forfeit giving black men information about dating too? Oh, I get it. It's like, oh, all right, I know. You're partial in judgment.
That's how that works.
All right, guys, you heard what Obsidian had to say, and here's response, because a lot of guys thought Obsidian was caping for Danica Marie. Oh, Obsidian, you're simping. Oh, Obsidian, you're simping. Oh, Obsidian, you're simping.
Obsidian was simping. Again, you see, you have to be a strong man to pretty much stand on your square and understand what I'm saying here. Again, when you're watching this show, you have to think logically. As men, when you have female content creators, right, and they do whatever they do, a lot of times men flock to these channels because they want to smash whatever woman is on that screen. And it's not because they support or they are there because they want information. A lot of these guys, it's like OnlyFans. And to donate, support, and hear the woman say, thank you, I appreciate you, you're so sweet, it makes those guys feel like there's a connection between the woman and them, not realizing this is a married woman. When a woman is married, right, I'm not going to come to try to save her or defend her on social media. She got a husband who can do that. If she put herself out there on social media, then if there's an issue, if Donovan Sharp made a video about her or whatever the case is, because I would agree that there are some things that he said that is actually true. A lot of times women are capitalizing off of the weaknesses of men, no different than Derek Jackson. See, I would say that what most of these women are doing on social media is the same exact thing like a Derek Jackson. It's like the female version of Derek Jackson, telling men what they want to hear, telling men about the things that women actually do. And then all the men agree, support, and feed whatever it is the woman is doing. I don't got nothing against any of these content creator females, but at the end of the day, it is simping. Because if a woman is married, you run into her defense because some other guy is speaking against her. You're acting like that's your woman. You should, first of all, know your place and recognize that if she have a man, her man can do whatever he need to do in terms of coming online and address Donovan Sharp if he was out of character or out of pocket, not you. That's called simping. Because for whatever reason, you probably have some sort of connection with the female or you're trying to impress her in some sort of way. Men that do that are simps. You know what I mean? Married women supposed to carry themselves a certain way. A lot of times, a lot of these females, they'll use a lot of seduction, a lot of witchcraft, sexcraft to lure you in. Eye candy, little peep show here and there, have you tuned in. But when it comes to you brothers listening to the truth from men, you don't support that. But you cash apping and super chatting female content creators all day. Just like you have a female content creator who just lived behind an avatar. Men have been supporting her channel and made her channel blow up. Why? Because men are weak. They see a face, they lose their damn mind. They see an image, they lose their soul. The scriptures warn us about this. But me speaking on this means that I'm the bad guy. I'm just a hater, right? No, I'm speaking the truth. Let's go.
Accept it because men are pretty simple. Sex, sandwich, silence.
I love it. and that is why I prefer to date. I don't know if you knew that I was bisexual, but
I think you did. Yes, it makes sense now.
But there's a reason why I won't date a woman. Like I couldn't be in a relationship with one.
Oh yeah.
Because of the complex versus simple, and I like that men are simple. Mm-hmm. Love that. It's literally 3 things you said.
Well,
when a woman say she like men that are simple, she just insulted you. I need for you brothers to peep the game and understand that. I don't know if you've been taught this by an elder, but when a woman consider you simple, she mean you're stupid. That's what she just said. If a woman addressed you as, I just like men, they're simple, what she just said is they're stupid. That's what she just said. She know. Listen, brothers, peep the game and understand what I'm talking about. See, Kevin Samuel's stupid, so he really don't understand exactly what just happened. When a woman address you, and see, here, you're going to hear all these guys taking the talking points. Mark the timestamps, mark what I'm saying, because you're going to hear them start to use the same talking points that I'm sharing here now. When a woman say that she like men that are simple, she's saying that you're stupid, she's saying that you're a sucker, you're a pushover, you're just easy to control. All she got to do is show you her legs and you'll give her money. You know? I mean, when you look at Kevin while he's sitting there and she's on the chair the way she's sitting, you know that she knows that she have him under her control. A lot of these content creators never be around women. A lot of times you be thinking, oh, they're around women all day. It don't be like that. Some of these brothers are literally now starting to come around women. This is like the first time in their life that they starting to come around women. Because they've been living an incel life their whole life. People like Kevin don't walk in the street trying to holler at women. It just don't happen. I'm just letting you know. They lead with their wallet. They lead with their money. If they get any sort of woman, it's by leading with their wallet. If you can recall from some of his previous video streams, he talked about the movie, what's that movie with the guy that had paid, Pretty Woman, I think the name of the movie is. The Pretty Woman walking down the street, pretty woman. In that movie, the guy, he paid the woman a certain amount of money for the weekend. And pretty much that's what Kevin would do. If Kevin is able to get any woman, it's not by sheer talent. It's by him paying for an escort. He actually believe in paying for escorts. He actually believe in that. So if this is what high value men are doing, then that's bad. That's a bad look. But see, me talking about this means that I'm a hater and it means that I'm jealous or something, right? Let's go. Let's hear what he got to say, because now what we're going to do, based on the court hearing that we're having, we're going to put the puzzle all together and hear from Kevin Samuel's own mouth that his ex is Asian and she's bisexual. And what I'm trying to establish here is Obsidian told the people in his video that Donovan Sharp isn't qualified to talk about black issues or black women or critique black women because he married Becky. So what we're going to establish is if that's true, if Donovan Sharp is not qualified based on the words and testimony of Obsidian, then by that same token, if we can prove that Kevin Samuels was with a non-black woman as a union, then by that same understanding, Kevin Samuels won't be qualified to talk about black women issues because he can't relate, because he's with a non-black woman or was with a non-black woman. It doesn't matter if he have a divorce. He was with her. Let's listen to the footage and see what we hear.
You know what? My ex was bisexual too. What? You know what? My ex was bisexual too.
His ex.
You know what? My ex was bisexual too. Is this like a hot Asian thing? Is this like a hot Asian thing?
Notice that Kevin Samuels said, "Is this like a hot Asian thing?" What is so hot? A woman that is bisexual. Wow. Your godfather, the one who is a Christian. Now, we just read the scriptures on what it had to say. This footage is taken from another video. Because Kevin Samuels is thirsty and in front of this woman, he identified her as hot and identified that bisexuality is something that is hot. And he's supposed to be a Christian, one who believes in Jesus Christ. And if you want to watch that full video, you got to search through my material on my channel. I don't have the name of it off the top of my head, but you can look at the entire video because there's a lot more to the footage that I was exposing in that video. Let's listen to some more. Let's go. Not only that, he's also suggesting that his ex-wife is a bisexual Asian from New York. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it out.
Is this like a hot Asian thing?
Not that I know any other bisexual hot Asians. Show me where they're. I'm just.
Well, she's in New York City, man. You know, I'm not gonna say your name. Is this like a hot Asian thing? Not
that I know any other bisexual hot Asians. Show me where they're. I'm just.
She just said, "Show me where these hot bisexual Asians are." Listen to what he say.
Well, she's in New York City, man. You know, I'm not gonna say your name.
He said she's in New York City. I'm not going to say her name. Wow. She said, show me where these hot bisexual Asians are. He said she's in New York. I'm not going to say your name. That's what he said.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about black women.
He's talking about black women in terms of beauty. Watch what he say. That you sisters are on the other side of the spectrum, which means you're not even beautiful, according to him.
They're on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks.
What?
Wow. They're on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. They're on the opposite end of
That's
the
your godfather.
On all ranks.
That's how he feel about you.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Look at it again. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Look at it again. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Look at it again. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Look at it again. I'm not gay.
Oh, man. Okay, people. Let's get back. Share my final thoughts on this. So there you have it, people. Kevin Samuels exposed. He believed that all black women are unattractive. He said that our sisters are on the other side of the spectrum on all ranks. And his sidekick, Obsidian, agrees with it. That's how they feel about you sisters out there in the clouds. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to tell Kevin Samuels regarding how he feel about our women? I just showed you how he feel about you. I'm trying to help you. See, on this channel, I'm trying to help you with real truth. Balanced information. To teach you, edify you. The truth is not comfortable, but it's designed to set you free. What are you going to do about it? Now, Obsidian said that Donovan Sharp pretty much isn't qualified to talk about black women issues or to critique the black community because he's with a white woman. But if that's the case, then based on what we just saw and the testimony, Kevin Samuels isn't qualified because he was with an Asian woman who is non-black. So he's not qualified to talk about black women issues. Do you see how that works? Do you see how easy it is to do that? Kevin Samuels is not qualified based on Obsidian's words. Isn't that wonderful? So why are you listening to a man that's not qualified? Somebody said, but Ringo, do you really think this is going to stop Kevin Samuels' movement and mission? Of course not. But I guarantee you I know what this will do. It will stop a lot of women from going over there to be suckered. If I can stop one sister and make her wake up to the reality of what's going on, then I did my job. See, when the Messiah came out here to preach, he knew everybody else ain't gonna get saved. I mean, people are hard-headed. They're not gonna listen. He was concerned about the people who would listen. I'm concerned with the people that will listen. And I'm tired of seeing our women being abused, used, and destroyed for profit. I teach a lot of truth. A lot of the truth that I teach is very harsh at times too, towards men and women. But I'm not out here trying to lie, cheat, manipulate, and steal and make our women believe that I'm for them when I'm against them. Kevin Samuels don't like you. Can't you see that? Can't you see the catty behavior of him going back and forth with women all day? What masculine man have the time to go back and forth with women all day? It makes no sense, man. Shout out to Rollo for the super chat. Yeah. Gotta do that again. I had the button on mute. Gotta do that one more time. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Appreciate your support, Rollo. You said Proverbs chapter 6, verse 12 to 14. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Great show, Ringo. Appreciate that. Appreciate the scriptures. What have you learned from this? We've been on for 2 hours, 36 minutes. Got 440 something people in here. I know they're not my viewers. These are people that follow Kevin Samuels and other content creators, and they're here to hear what I gotta say. Because if these were my followers, my likes would be 441. So to the people that are in the overflow, let me talk to you. What have you learned from this masterpiece of a stream? Because I know that everyone that's here are not my supporters, but maybe I have won a supporter. Maybe, just maybe, the people that are in the overflow seen the proof and the facts and recognize what's going on. Kevin Samuels don't believe that black women are attractive. He believed that none of you are above a 6. You understand? And based on the testimony of his sidekick, he's not even qualified to teach or critique black women. So anytime you hear him trying to judge our sisters, he don't have your best interest at heart. He just see it as an opportunity to make a mockery of you. And that's just the truth. You know? So, with that said, I mean, what more do you want me to say? I brought out all the facts. I brought out the receipts that Tasha K is working with Kevin Samuels. She didn't go in on him because they pretty much working out a deal. She said if anything come down the pipeline, she's going to give him a courtesy call. Now, why would a masculine man go on a platform that specializes in gossip? Why would a man who's supposed to be a man's man, dealing with the issues of black men to get better outcomes for black men, why would he go to a platform where a woman gossip? Why would he go there? What benefit does that have for us men? You see, he's not there for us men. He's there for his pockets. And if you watch that interview when she poured the wine, if you notice, that man didn't know what wine he was drinking. He didn't know, he didn't know what ingredients was in it. He didn't know a damn thing. He over there with the glass bottle like, I'm waiting for him to say, well, I can sense a sense of myrrh and this and cinnamon and X, Y. He ain't know nothing. Because it's all an act. The shiny suits and all of that stuff is typical of what the Christian preacher does. He come at you with a suit because he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what he is. You know? And we're going to talk about that video. I might do a private live show for the patrons only where I'm going to go through the entire video and break it down and just post it on Patreon for the supporters. I think I'm going to have to do that because there were some very questionable things in that interview that didn't sit right. You know? It didn't sit right at all. Some very questionable things, man. It was a disaster. It wasn't good. And her followers are upset because they wanted blood. They wanted her to go in, and she didn't. She spared Kevin Samuels. Why? Because they're a part of the elite club. They're a part of the elite club. When you reach a certain level on YouTube, you're a part of the elite club. In order for Kevin Samuels to break the 1 million subscriber mark, he had to go on her show. This is a strategic chess move. You got to understand how this works. They're trying to push him to the mainstream. His growth wasn't because of talent. It's a satanic agenda. Do you understand me? Talent didn't do that because brothers on YouTube been talking about issues. Nobody supported us. Nobody cared. Talent didn't do that. Asking what your dress size is, that's not, no. This is an agenda. And I hope that everyone learns something from this live stream. Took my time, did it with excellence. We brought out the receipts, facts, testimony, and details. So with that said, I appreciate everybody coming through. You know? Appreciate everybody being patient, and all of those who support it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to New Breed. Make sure you subscribe to Rollo channel. In the chat, that's Wake the Hell Up. Subscribe to Rollo's channel. I'm proud of that brother. I see an instant change in that brother's, the way he moving with the Most High. Shout out to Cool Gent. Subscribe to Cool Gent's channel. You know what I mean? Notice how I do things. Notice that. I'm not selfish. I'm not selfish with my platform. It ain't about me. It's about the Most High. What does it profit me to gain the whole world, lose my soul? What's the profit of me to have a mega YouTube channel and I never put the brothers on and big them up? You know what I mean? What does it profit me to have everything and something happened to me and I'm out and I could have used my platform to help another brother? I always shout the brothers out. Always been humble. Always. But these other content creators, oh no. Their channel is their God. They worship it. Yeah. So, thank you everybody again for coming out. We're going to sign out and do what we got to do. I'm going to grab something to eat. Got a good vacation coming up next week. Well, not next week. I got to go to work one more week and then I'm out. Got a 2-week vacation coming in. Can't wait for that. I'm going to put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? When I'm off on vacation, man, I'm on a staycation. It's time for me to put in work. But yeah, how we do it, man. It's Black Male Advice TV. The only channel on YouTube. I mean, the only. Putting in work. Real work. None of these guys doing this stuff, man. Real talk. So, hope everybody learned something from the show. We out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. Hope everybody liked the visuals. Shout out to the patrons who've been supporting me from day one. Shout out to Sherelle, D-Dub, Show Shao, Sean, Owens, and all the other mods. This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, raw and uncut, like no other. Oh, we got a super chat, everybody. Super chat in the building. Shout out to Conservative Troll. Yeah. Shout out to you for the super chat. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Conservative Troll for the super chat. Said, damn, Ringo missed the show. I will watch it from the beginning. Doing taxes late, showing support. Yeah, just watch the replay, you know what I'm saying? It was an interesting show, you know what I mean? At least you got a comment in there with a super chat because, again, all my content, nobody will be able to comment once the show is over. The only way you comment is during the live show with support. You know what I mean? That's the only way. You know what I mean? It's safe. It keeps out the trolls. You don't have to deal with no drama. Other content creators be mad that my comment section is like it is. Because why? They want to come to the platform and BS. I'm a grown man. I don't got no time for none of the trolls and all the nonsense. If you want to post a comment, support the channel, become a member, post a super chat, support your interests. If you're not going to do that, your comment will never see the light of day. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to True Love for the super chat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, we're going to sign out, man. We're going to do this thing all over again. So as people leave out, hope everybody have a blessed day. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. You know what I mean? Stay out of trouble. You ladies, make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of your man. Take care of your body. You gotta take care of that thing, you know what I mean? You know, it's summertime. It's about to get real nice outside, you know what I mean? You gotta take care of them legs. You know, got a brother looking from the side. Shout out to Cario Frank for the super chat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's a great show. Appreciate your support. So I'm gonna go get me something to eat, y'all, man. You know what I mean? Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Hope all the people in the overflow who are not really followers of my platform to consider subscribing to the channel and becoming a member. Here you will learn the truth. On those other platforms, you're just walking around like a zombie. Remember, they live. We want you to see. I'm trying to put those glasses on you so you can see. I'm trying to put them glasses on you because what's going on in these YouTube streets, it's crazy. So, yeah, we out, y'all. We out. I got a bunch of new creative videos going on, man, that I have coming up. We're going to be doing a lot of scooter videos, biking videos, a lot of sports type videos, a lot of stuff, man. You see my artillery back there, man? You know what's going on back there? Man, you don't even know. You don't even know, man. It's about to be wild. Oh, you see another one back there? You see it back there? Yeah, you can't see it, man. You can't. But we're going to get into that in another time, man. So anyway, this is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut, the way you hear it. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Y'all take care. One. God bless.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out.